Rose family, it's your girl Serenity Rose, and we're back with another video. You heard me right, we are back with another video. And as you guys saw by the title, we're going to be doing part 3 to my declutter series. So in this drawer I hold my blushes, bronzers, and highlighters, which is a lot to go through. So if you want to see what I keep and get rid of, then just keep on watching. Okay, so let me show you the rest of my collection. I may or may not get rid of more things, but let's just get into it. So I have this Soul Body Shimmering Body Powder in Warm Gold, and it's just freaking gorgeous. And the consistency to this is like putty. It reminds me of the ColourPop Super Shock highlighters. It's a really good formula, definitely keeping. Next I have the Makeup Revolution Mega Bronzer in O2 Warm. This stuff is super pigmented and it is really buttery, and I freaking love this formula, and it is a really pretty shade. I have to go in with a light hand because it is a little bit dark, but really good formula. Next I have the I Heart Revolution Medium Contour Palette. So this comes with a highlighter and a contour shade, and again, really pigmented. The contour shade is a bit dark. I have to go in with a super light hand, but they do complement each other really nicely. Super affordable, super cute packaging. It's like a little chocolate bar. Definitely keeping. So next we have two AOA Studio Velour highlighters. This one is in the shade Boys, and then this one is in the shade Lucky. And these feel like super putty. This one is broken, which I'm debating on if I want to keep or not, because I don't like the fact that it's broken. It just opens all the time. But you could definitely tell that I use this so much because you can see the pan imprint. But it is a really pretty highlighter, and it just like melts into the skin. So I'll keep it for now. And then the shade Lucky. Oh my god, do you see that? This shade looks really similar to this shade. I'm still gonna keep it. Next we have my all-time favorite highlighter. This is from Physicians Formula. This is their Butter Highlighter in the shade Champagne. If you guys haven't tried this, what are you waiting for? I'm gonna leave a link in the description bar so you guys can go try it. It is so buttery and so blinding. This is like a hidden gem. Like, I feel like not enough people talk about this. So definitely keeping that. Next I have my Cover FX glitter drops in the shade Nova. I have such a hard time like wanting to get rid of this because I feel like this is such a beautiful like eyeshadow, like a liquid eyeshadow formula. Like, oh my freaking god. Alright, I'm gonna take this out and put it on my everyday makeup, and I'm gonna start using this, and hopefully I can use it up before the year is over. Next I have a ColourPop Super Shock Cheek in the shade Pearlized. Oh, man, this is beautiful. Oh man. Okay, so all of these highlighters are looking really similar, but they're all different formulas and different brands and different prices, so I'm definitely going to keep the ColourPop one. Next I have this LA Colors highlighter in Shine Bright. And to be honest, Juicy Jazz raves about this highlighter all the time, but I honestly don't know why. It just doesn't look like as blinding on me. Like, even in the swatch is a little bit lackluster compared to the other swatches, so I'm going to declutter this. Next I have my Laura Geller High Def Glow Illuminator Duo. This is Heart of Gold. So the shades in here are Shimmer and Sparkle. So these are both really pretty as well. They do feel a bit powdery. I think I'm gonna declutter this because they're not that intense. So I'm gonna declutter this as well. So next I have a highlighter from Catrice. This is the More Than Glow highlighter in the shade Beyond Golden Glow 030. I'm not sure if there's more shades, but oh man, I can just tell I'm gonna like this. Oh yeah, I need to use this more. That is so pretty. Keeping. I have my Seraphim Botanicals Daisy and Pearl Natural Radiance Booster. This is in the shade Radiance. And you can also tell I use this quite a bit. I don't remember where I got this from. I think Ipsy and it is just so pretty, but I think it like went dry or something and it doesn't work like how it used to, so I'm gonna declutter this as well. Next, I have a Becca highlighter. This is in the shade Vanilla Quartz. Let me tell you, I love Becca's packaging. It's like so luxe and high-end. This shade is a bit too light for me, but if I go in with a light hand and blend it into the skin, I can make it work. So I'm definitely going to keep. Also, that's my only Becca highlighter, if I'm not mistaken, so definitely not letting it go. Next, I have my Maven's Beauty highlighter in the shade Dripped Out. They have one other shade. I think it's like Draped Up or something. And this one's the more golden one. The other shade is a little bit more pink. But Fashion Nova did something with this because this highlighter is really pretty. Especially with full glam. Like, oh, it is super blinding. I love this highlighter. Definitely keeping. I have the Milk Makeup Cream Stick highlighter in the shade Lit, and I was using this consistently for a while, but then I switched it out, I believe. And yeah, so I have quite a bit left. The formula is really nice. It is a really pretty cream formula, so I'm definitely gonna keep. I don't really have that much cream highlighters. Next is my Makeup Revolution highlighter reloaded in the shade Dare to Divulge. I love Makeup Revolution's packaging. It's always like pink, rose gold, or like super cute, so definitely keeping. Oh my god, it's so freaking intense. Okay, yeah, definitely keeping. Next I have the Fenty Beauty Killawatt highlighter in Trophy Wife. This is a classic. Everyone knows about this highlighter, and it's just gorgeous. Like, there's no other way to explain it. Like, out of all the highlighters, that obviously stands out along with the liquid one from Cover FX, but I would never declutter that, even if I don't use it. Next, I have the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powder in the shade Crown of My Canopy. This is a really good drugstore formula. I need a shade that's more golden. This one's a little bit too deep. I like to use this in the summer, but I'm definitely keeping. So next I have something from ColourPop. This is from the designer collection, the Disney designer collection. This is in the shade Horse and Carriage. And this is definitely too light for me, but there's no way in hell I'm ever going to get rid of this. I love the packaging and I love my Disney princesses. So definitely keeping. Yeah, this is definitely too. That's like stark white, but I'm still keeping. Okay, so I'm going to try to zoom through the rest of these. Probably not swatch everything, even though I really want to. So next we have the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder and Highlight 01. This stuff is so freaking blinding. Okay, I'm definitely swatching it. Look at that. Oh. Definitely keeping. Then I have the Tribe Highlighter Volume 2 by Juvia's Place. Gorgeous, keeping. I have the Kylie Jenner Pressed Powder Blush, and We're Going Shopping. It's a really pretty peachy shade. Okay, there it looks super chalky, but it is a really pretty shade, so I'm keeping. I have the Benefit Cookie Highlighter, and this highlighter is legit to die for blinding. Like, you could just see it in the pan. Definitely swatching this. I don't know what it is about this highlighter, but it is super freaking blinding. I'm gonna throw that out because I might keep the brush, but not in there. I'm definitely keeping. This was super expensive and it's super good. Next I have the Jaclyn Hill's highlighter in Sparks. Oh my god. Yeah, definitely keeping. I love this formula. I love the loose highlighter from Jaclyn Cosmetics even more. Okay, I have the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Foundation in F13, and I use this as a cream contour, and it's such a pretty shade, but I can see inside the bottle. I'm not sure if you guys can see. It is super separated, so I'm just going to declutter this. Okay, so next is the Makeup Revolution Splendor Ultra Matte Bronzer in Light, and it's kind of similar to the other bronzer that I had. It's just a little bit more cool tone, more like a contour shade, but definitely keeping. Over here I should have mainly bronzers. So I have my NARS Laguna bronzer, really pretty, definitely keeping. I have my Anastasia powder bronzer in Rich Amber. Oh, I dug my nails in here, or my son did, but I'm still gonna keep it. I have a contour stick from Wet n Wild in Call Me Maple. I'm just curious how much I have left of this. Oh my god. It seems like these things like never end, but definitely keeping. I have my AOA Sculpt Effects contour stick in Sand. I'm also gonna keep. I have my W7 Honolulu bronzer, which is supposed to be a dupe for the what is it, like the Benefit bronzer. Keeping. I have a mini bronzer from Morphe in the shade Blogger, also keeping. Really pretty warm shade. I have this bronzer from NYX. This is the matte bronzer in Deep, and I am going to declutter this. This is just like way too off for me. I just don't like the color like at all. It is a really nice formula, but it just seems too like gray for me, and I don't like that, so I'm going to declutter. Then I have one of my favorites from BH Cosmetics. This is the Brilliance bronzer in the shade Cocoa Cutie, and I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick it up, but there's like a sheen. There's like specks of glitter in there, and it doesn't show up like a highlighter. It just gives you a nice bronzy glow, so I'm definitely going to keep. I have this bronzer in the shade Fino from AOA Studio. Really pretty. I have this bronzer from the Beauty Crop. This did fade, but this is in the shade Tanneries or Tanneries. And as you can tell, I'm about to hit pan, but this, I realized it's a bit too dark for me, so I'm going to declutter. And then in this little section, it should be mainly bronzers, but everything gets like all over the place when I don't have any more space. So I have my Anastasia Beverly Hills Blush Trio in Pool Party, definitely keeping. I have my blush from Juvia's Place in the shade Bella. So beautiful. It's like a red orangey shade. I love it. Keeping. I have my Rimmel Maxi blush. This is my favorite drugstore bronzer. This is in the shade Rendezvous. It's such a pretty mauve shade. It's my favorite go-to blush, especially in fall and winter. Then I have the O for Madison Miller collab in the shade Sweet Stuff. Really pretty color keeping. I have my Buxom Wanderlust Primer Infused Blush in the shade Ibiza. Also really, really pretty color. Then I have my Wet n Wild blush in Mellow Wine. Beautiful color as well. I have my e.l.f. blush in the shade Mellow Mauves. Really pretty color. I just don't know if I want to keep this. I'm going to keep it for one more go, and if I don't reach for it, then I will declutter. I have my Steve Laurent blush in the shade I'm Blushing. This reminds me of this blush right here. It's kind of really similar. This one is just a little bit more berry tone, like a little bit like brighter, but really good formula. Then I have my Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in the shade Feisty. I hit pan on this blush. That's how you know I love this blush. This is one of my very first like high-end blushes. I received this in Ipsy, and I'm never letting that go until I'm done. I have this blush from Phase Zero in the shade Making Moves. Now this gives me NARS Orgasm vibes, so I'm definitely keeping. I have a Super Shock Cheek from ColourPop in the shade Birthday Suit. Again, this reminds me of the Rimmel Stay Matte shade. It's just a creamier formula. Then I have the single eyeshadow slash blush from The Balm in the shade Bare Minimum. It is a really pretty shade. I like using this when I'm going to do something simple on the eyes, and then I'll use it as a blush as well. It leaves the look cohesive. And last but not least, I have the Space Case blush in Cosmic Gangster, and this is just like the ColourPop formula, like a super like creamy and putty like. So I'm definitely gonna keep. So right now, you guys are gonna watch me put everything back and like time lapse and listen to the soothing sounds of me putting everything back. And then we will go downstairs to my everyday makeup section and I will show you guys what I have there for brush, bronzer, and highlighters. Alright, so that is how everything is looking. I have the two little white baskets of my bronzers and blushes in the back, and I like to keep my highlighters up front because I switched those out quite a bit. So now let's go downstairs and see what I have in my everyday makeup collection. Also, this is coming with me. As far as decluttering goes, I did get rid of 6 products. So you guys should be very proud of me. And I'm definitely not getting rid of anything downstairs because it's pretty much all new and I'm keeping it all. Alright, so now we're going to run downstairs and go through that stuff real quickly. I'm probably going to sit down and talk about it. And then that'll be the end of this video. So that brings this declutter part 3 video drawer 3 to an end. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, drop a thumbs up. Comment down below which is I think. Did I do bad? Did I do horrible? I think I did okay. I could have done better, but you know, I hoard my makeup as I am ordering more. So yeah, that says it all. On that note, I hope you guys are staying safe, staying blessed, having an amazing day or night wherever you are. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications on, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye. Can you play that again?